Good afternoon, Utah. I hope that you're having a marvelous Monday so far. Our weather headlines for today include a storm system that'll be arriving as we go into this afternoon. That's going to see an increase in our winds, the chance for wet weather. But as we move past tomorrow, we could start to see some seasonal weather for the second half of the week. But for today into tomorrow, we're going to be looking at this low pressure moving in from the west, and that's going to bring us the chance for rain in the lower elevations, possibly stretching all the way down to Cedar City. We'll also have the chance for high elevation snow with mountain snow. And again, it is going to be on the windy side for today, and we've already seen some of those strong winds, and we'll talk more about that in just a moment. But with the system moving in and the potential for some mountain snow, we do have some winter weather advisories that will go into effect at 3 o'clock this afternoon, lasting until noon tomorrow. Within these advisories, which include the Wasatch Mountains, both north and south of I-80, and the Uintas as well, we could see anywhere between 6 to 12 inches of snow accumulation. But in the western Uintas, there's also the chance that we could see upwards of 18 inches. So we could see a decent amount of snow from this up in our mountains, and it will be windy at times, and this could lead to some difficult travel, especially on those mountain routes by the time we get into tomorrow morning. Something to keep in mind if you're already planning out your early Tuesday morning commute. But with those winds, it's going to be windy across the board, but especially so in the southwestern half of the state and in the south central half of the state, where we could see some wind gusts above 45 miles per hour. And we've already seen a couple of wind gusts above 45 miles per hour in Cedar City. That could lead to blowing dust. Make sure you secure any outdoor objects, and it could lead to some dangerous travel on those east-west routes from those crosswinds, especially if you're in one of those high-profile vehicles. Something to keep in mind is that advisory will be in place as we move through this afternoon. It will expire around 6 o'clock. Now, we'll go ahead and look outside out towards Bryce Canyon. I'll try to get the camera to show up here. There we go. But it doesn't look like that. Oh, there we go. Looks like the wind is trying to mess with the camera a little bit. It has been shaking really over the last couple of hours, and when you look towards the flags in the distance, it is a windy go of things down in the southern half of the state, and it's going to also be a windy go of things along the Wasatch Front as well. But for today, we'll see a daytime high of 61 degrees in Salt Lake City, 59 degrees in Delta, 57 degrees in Cedar City, 70 degrees in St. George, and the best chance for wet weather is mainly going to be in the northern two-thirds of the state. But again, I think that we could find a few showers stretching down towards Cedar City and also toward Bryce Canyon. But we'll begin the Futurecast started at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Time things out for you as we go from early this afternoon into the early stages of this evening. The chance for wet weather will be increasing. We'll be looking at valley rain and also mountain snow from this afternoon into tonight. As we go through tonight, you can actually see the swirl with that low pressure moving through. The snow level will start to drop. We'll start this afternoon around 7,000 feet and we'll drop to around 5,500 feet by the time we get towards tomorrow. So if we're going to see any snow, that looks like it's mainly going to be for the benches and higher than that. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a few flakes in Salt Lake City, but that's mainly going to be just rain for us. And by tomorrow afternoon, that any wet weather will start to move away, and then we'll be looking at calmer weather for the second half of the week. But your 7-day forecast shows a daytime high of around 70 degrees in the next couple of days in St. George. Windy conditions for today, but then beautiful for the second half of the week with daytime highs mainly in the middle 70s. Along the Wasatch Front, PM rain for today with a high of 61, turning chilly tonight with possibly an AM mix tomorrow. Daytime high of only 52 degrees, and then will be cold for your Wednesday morning. But for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday afternoon, temperatures close to seasonal averages in the middle 60s before we add another rain chance back to the forecast Saturday into Sunday.